Year. It's currently New Year's Day. We just watched the fireworks. It's about 12:20 and I'm going to be doing like a little bit of a casual 24-hour readathon to start off the year, reading some things I'm really excited about and getting some books checked off my list, especially because I am going to be reading a lot of stuff for my dissertation this year. Also, I want to tidy up my room. So I'm going to do that, but while I do that, I'm going to listen to my audiobook, which at the moment I'm listening to Vagina by Naomi Wolf, and I am about a third of the way through. In physical form, I'm on page 114. So far, I'm really enjoying it. Very much enjoying listening to it as well. I feel like I'm really taking in the information, which is good. But yeah, I'm going to listen to that while I just do a few errands before I get started. So I have to put my AirPods in, but they are dead. So I'm just going to listen to it out loud, I guess. So let's talk about the reading plan. So obviously I have Vagina by Naomi Wolf on Audible, which I'm about a third of the way through. I've just been listening to some of that while I've been sorting out. Then I would like to finish Ready Player 2 by Ernest Cline and Reclaiming the F Word, which is a feminist non-fiction. These are the two books that I was reading in December, and as you can see, I don't have much left of both of them. I have all of these sort of illustrated books, so I'm going to be rereading Lucy by Randy Cecil, which is this gorgeous illustrated book. Rereading The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse. Also rereading the parody, which is called The Panda, the Cat and the Dreadful Teddy. And then I found these two parodies which I haven't read, which is The Woman, the Mink, the Cod and the Donkey, and The Girl, the Penguin, the Homeschooling and the Gin. Then I have a couple of options for just like some short reads. So we've got a reread of The Grown Up by Gillian Flynn, because I can't really remember it and I would like to read it again. We have Mr. Salary by Sally Rooney, and this is to test out whether I like Sally Rooney's writing and if it's for me. And then rereading Break the Glass, which is an essay by Rachel Edwards, which came in one of the Books That Matter boxes. And it is an essay about mental health during the pandemic. And I read it a year ago, so I'd like to reread and reflect. Okay, so it's 1:30 a.m. and I've sort of finished everything that I wanted to do. And I did progress with my audiobook. So I think I'm going to watch some reading sprints on YouTube. And I think my main goal before I go to sleep is to finish those two books that I was reading in December, and then I can read some more when I'm up in the morning. It is 2 a.m. and I just finished my first book of 2022, which is Reclaiming the F Word, the New Feminist Movement by Catherine Redfern and Kristen Orn, which I gave 5 out of 5 stars. I'm very excited that my first book was a 5-star read. And if I was going to recommend one book on feminism for someone to read, it would be this one. And I have read a lot of feminist books. I'm talking like about 30. So please give this a read. afternoon. I have woken up quite unwell, as you can tell from my voice. I've done a test and it's not COVID, but not feeling very good. But I do want to do a bit of sorting out, and then I'm going to continue doing some reading. I'll talk to you about what I read last night. So first of all, I finished Reclaiming the F Word, the New Feminist Movement by Catherine Redfern and Kristen Orn, which I gave 5 out of 5 stars, and I would recommend as a really great feminist book because it's very intersectional, which is not something that I have read before in like a sort of overview of feminism. Usually I have to seek that out as like an individual book. Things to do with about race or sexuality or gender, anything like that. Then I finished Ready Player 2 by Ernest Cline, which is the sequel to Ready Player 1. This did feel like an unnecessary sequel, however, and that's why I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. However, there was definitely some interesting conversations, like the conversations about artificial intelligence and how far that can go, about inclusivity in gaming, and there's another thing as well. Oh yes, and making virtual reality accessible to people with disabilities as well. So definitely some interesting conversations happening. Then I reread The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse by Charlie McKeesy, which, as usual, was just 5 out of 5 stars. And I reread The Panda, the Cat and the Dreadful Teddy, which is a parody of this book by Paul Mars, and it was just as funny as I read it when I read it a month ago, and I loved it, and that was 5 stars. Then I read The Woman, the Mink, the Cod and the Donkey. I'm not sure who this is by. This is by Marjorie Swash and Emmanuel Santos. This one was really sweet. I think it could have been a little bit longer, so I gave it 4.5. And then finally I read The Girl, the Penguin, the Homeschooling and the Gin by Guy Adams and W.R. Foster, which this one was a bit of a fail. I feel like it tried to do what these books did, and it didn't do it very well. It was all a bit random, and so I think I ended up giving it like a 3-star. So that means that last night I read 6 books, and I'm going to be carrying on today. Right, it's 2:45 and I'm finally going to start reading again. So I've just been watching YouTube, but I'm going to be rereading Lucy.